Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Welcome back to Mastodon Comics and Music. Today I have another graphic novel review, Marvel graphic novel review. Today it's number 19 in the series from Marvel. This is Conan the Barbarian, the Witch Queen of Acheron, or Acheron. Written by Don Krar, art by Gary Quapish, and Art Nichols. And this was my first Conan read. So it was kind of interesting. I had never... Obviously, I'd never read any other stories, but I'm familiar with the character from all the movies and such, the Schwarzenegger movies. So I was familiar enough with the character that I wasn't completely blindsided by what was going on. But I still have to verse myself or become familiar with a lot of the tomes, should we say, or themes, and the words of the Hyborian Age. Conan isn't a character that I ever actually got too much into, but other outside the movies. But this was a fun read. It wasn't a blast of a read. It kept my attention enough to complete it, but it was okay of a story. The art was really well done, I thought. The interior art is different from this cover. The cover was done by someone else, but the story is Prince Tarascan Tarascus, is seeking the fabled treasure of Acheron, and he's sending Conan to retrieve it at any cost. He doesn't care if he sparks the ear of the Witch Queen or not. In which case, as the story unfolds, you see that is the case. With that, I'm going to pause and show the interiors. And when we come back, we'll see what they look like. Okay, so the risk of shouting into your ears. We open it up, and there's an awesome splash page. See if I can drop this camera down. Get a little closer to it. See this splash page, and true to what I am familiar with of Conan, he's a bit of a drunkard. He's a party animal, chilling with a couple of young ladies, and obviously Tarascus has sent his guards to fetch him to do his bidding, and he gets into a bit of a squabble. And they eventually do, after he causes a great disaster, they eventually do capture him. Because he essentially drinks himself to death. or drinks himself to sleep. That great Chimerian. Chimerian, sorry. And if I pronounce any of these incorrectly, please correct me, because again, I am not very well versed. And obviously there's Tarascus himself, the greedy old fool, and his warlock, wizard, what have you. And they torture him until he agrees to do Tarascus' bidding. He does eventually agree under duress, obviously, as is kind of the Hyborian way. And they have a journey to Acheron, excuse me. And Conan is befriended by a lovely young lady. There's some gruesomeness. Head on a stake is the guard. And it turns out, if I'm remembering, it was a year ago that I read this, but if I'm remembering it correctly, she's kind of not a spy, but she's endeavored to con him. And Conan does reach the treasure. And there's the Witch Queen herself, who awakens. As you can see there. So some pretty good art. And I'm not going to reveal the end because I'm against spoilers. I don't care if this book is over 30 years old. If you would like to read it, go out and find yourself a copy. I'm sure it might be available in some libraries. Might even be available digital. But that is Conan the Barbarian, The Witch Queen of Acheron, Marvel graphic novel number 19. It was a fun read. I would give it a 6.5 to 7.0 because it did keep my attention enough to continue the story. But it wasn't fantastic. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the video. Leave a like and a comment if you wish. And we'll see you on the next video. In the meantime, keep collecting, keep reading, and keep sharing.